Peace, everybody. What's going on? It's Thankful Thursdays. Today is Thursday Q&A. If there's some people on that want to ask a question, you can do it in the chat, or you can get on the Telegram. I'll put the link to that. Here's the link to Telegram, and I'll be able to see you in there. So, you have a question for me. So, today was a very busy day. So, I told you guys, let me turn the music down here a little bit. Uh, told you guys, I think earlier this week, Tuesday, that we were picking up another truck. We picked that up today. I was supposed to fly out and pick it up, but had some things to do to the present truck, like put some E-tracks in it, basically. So that truck is over at the storage. I just came from the storage, prepping for tomorrow day of work that I need to do on it. Yeah, I could take it to somebody, have it installed, but with the way things are, they keep your truck for a week and all of that. I don't have time for that. Usually, I just rather pay someone to do those things. But when you're dealing with Lowe's, time is of the essence, and I have to get the truck prepared. So when the new truck get here, then I'll have to do the same thing with that. I'm ready. So, yeah, I installed our very first truck. I installed the E-tracks in it. It's not a very complicated thing. It's just takes a little time. For this, it probably take me about three hours to get it in. Everything's ready to go. It'd take me faster if I had some help, but I have to use clamps, and doing it yourself, it takes a little longer. But I'm thankful. I got a thriving business. We started this journey when November of 2020, was it, or 2021? Yeah, 2021, I think it was. Well, actually September. Took a while to get a truck, and we actually got our authority in November of 21. So, and we're still rolling, and we had some ups, downs, and it's been a challenge, to say the least. But like I said, these challenges lead to greater things. We able to pick up another truck, and then my son sent me a picture of the new truck, and I saw another truck sitting right next to it that may be available. So that's somewhere down the line. We're gonna work these two for probably the next 3 to 6 months before we get another one. So we hired us a new dispatcher on our team, very experienced. So that should help a lot. So husband and wife team. I like husband and wife teams that work together in achieving a common goal in the family, working together. The wife does the insurance, he does the trucking part. So that makes it, I like seeing things like that. So who's in the building? Ronnie Davis says, peace, family. Yolanda Williams says, good evening. And Corinne says, happy Thursday. And Peach and Must Love says 75816. That's who's on the board up right now. So I know I said Q&A and then shut down debt collectors. Let me give y'all a little trick to debt collectors. In this day and age, it should be very easy to shut down a debt collector, and very easy and swift to do that. Because guess what? The old days, you had mail stuff in, certified mail, and you had faxing. And I've done those. I've done that mail that did the faxing. And what I never really spoke on, I spoke on it, every here and there, and I've done it in private consultations. There's an even faster way to shut down a debt collector. Email. You can take your debt collector letter to shut them down, copy and paste that whole letter and put it in an email and send it to them. You want to get real funky with it, you can get that letter, go get a letter notarized, scan it, email that notarized letter to them. And you got a record that you sent it to them. And you send it to the letter where they have the email that they have disputes. Just about all of these debt collectors got an email for disputes. Some of them have a designated page for disputes where you go in, you fill out their form, and you boom. One in particular, I'll tell you what happened to me. When I first moved into my new home, I got Spectrum. And the reason why I got Spectrum was because I wanted Google Fiber, but they had to run a line and I was going to take a minute. So they said it was going to take, a few extra days. So my internet wouldn't be ready when I moved in. So I ordered the Spectrum, put it in, kept it for 3 days. 3 days. Turned it in because my other internet came in, turned all of the equipment in. And these suckers want to bill me for a full month of service. I mean, and I said, wait a minute. When did y'all start doing that? I used to work for Time Warner, which is now Spectrum. Spectrum bought them out. Spectrum is really Charter, y'all. Charter Communications, who's been around for years, is one of the oldest cable companies in the country, Charter. They rebranded themselves as Spectrum so that because they had such a bad reputation, they had to change their name. So same thing. Comcast did the same thing. They call themselves something. They have a different brand name, but it's still the same company. If you look at your bill, it'll say Charter Communications on it. Okay. I'll get to your question, Ronnie Davis. So they want to charge me a full 30 days of service for 3 days of service. I said, I'm not paying y'all a damn thing. I'm not paying you for something that you have your equipment in your office. You got it at 3 days. Pay me. I'll pay you for 3 days. They want to charge me a full month. So, of course, they sent the bill. Then they eventually sent it to a debt collector. So I promptly emailed them. I even went on their website, whoever the debt collector was, and sent it through there. And then I also did the certified mail. I didn't do certified return receipt. Now I did all of this 1 week ago. 1 week ago. I don't think it was a full week. I think I did it at the end of the week, like on Friday. So I got an email today to show y'all how this thing. Let me. I got an email. Let's see. Which email did I give them? I know, I got a couple emails I use. Let's see. I think it's in this one. I would show you the email, but it has the young lady's name and everything in it, and I don't want to put her out there in public like that. But I'm just going to read you the email. So it wasn't this email. Oh, there it is. It is that email. It's the right one. This is the email I got. Good day. Please be advised your written complaint has been received and reviewed. As a result, your account has been closed in our office and returned to our client. Please contact Charter Communications for further assistance. There will be no further communication from our office regarding this account. Boom, bam, shebang. It's done. Compliance specialist. Over with. The debt collector is called some new one Sequoium. So there is no reason they responded to my email, basically. that I sent. It says, "To whom it may concern, I am writing this letter to formally lodge a complaint regarding your unauthorized, unsigned contact regarding a debt. I want to emphasize that I've never granted you express permission to communicate with me regarding any debt. Furthermore, I have no affiliation or contractual agreement with your company, Sequoia Asset Solutions LLC. According to the provisions outlined in the 15 U.S.C. 1692, Section 805, specifically related to communication in connection with a debt collection, I am within my rights to request that you cease all communication concerning this debt, unless you provide me with formal notice within the next 30 days confirming that you have terminated any further communication and removed this fraudulent entry from your systems. I will consider it a violation of the aforementioned regulation. Moreover, I am distressed to find that the information detailed below has been included in my credit profile, and it is evident that you have failed to maintain reasonable procedures to ensure the utmost accuracy in the credit reports you publish." They didn't get it on the credit report. I just want you to know, but I threw that in there. "I hereby request that the following information be promptly removed from the report. Additionally, I respectfully ask to be provided with evidence of this alleged item, such as the contract note or any other instrument bearing my signature. If you fail to provide such proof, it is imperative that these items are deleted from the report without delay." Then I gave them a reference, the amount. "I must emphasize that the aforementioned items are entirely fraudulent. Their inclusion in your reporting constitutes a grave error. I kindly request that you rectify this misleading information and furnish a corrected quote of credit." They didn't do all that. I put that in there. I was just going over the top. When I go for them, I go for the juggler. So it's more to this letter. That's just half of it. I just gave y'all. I mean, just with what I read, you can still win against a debt collector. Just with that first half, just to let you know. Okay. Well, why people be wanting me to repeat myself? You gotta go looking at the recording. If you got in late and missed it, be courteous and wait for the replay and go back and listen to it. Repeating stuff that I just read, it's not necessary. They got pause, rewind, fast forward, all that stuff. Ronnie Davis says, question, do the premium members learn the CPN process? No, I don't teach that anymore. I do make the videos available from the old stuff, but it's all old. And because now when you're applying for credit, they are verifying that you're giving them a social now. You gotta they get your permission to verify that. And CPNs are pretty much this day and age dead. It's a dead process. I've been stopped really promoting that. I promote a different technique. Like, just don't give them the social because it's against your religion. Use your driver's license. They can run credit with a driver's license. I used to do it all the time when I worked for Time Warner. You just gotta tell them you don't use that. You don't use socials. Your religion forbids thy to do that. All right. I hope that helps Ronnie Davis. That was his question. It's right there on the board. CPNs are dead. I don't endorse them. People have abused that process, gotten credit, and did fraudulent things to it. So once I see where people proliferated with a lot of dishonesty and trouble, I just leave it alone. But I do have my old videos you can if for study purposes only. In my premium membership, people have access to watch that. Okay. I don't offer it for sale on my website. None of that. Not anymore. Give me a second. I'm trying to, get this off. Let's go back to the chat here. Who else? Please expand again what you sent in the email. I just read it. You can go back, and if you missed some of it, go back and watch the replay. Dr. Kelly show. All right. I know people gonna listen to that, and they're gonna take that information, use it like they came up with the idea. I know, but that's just the business. I'm just doing my part. That's half of it. But that just shows you how I write stuff, how I deal with stuff. And remember, when y'all using these letters, sometimes they use these AIs to check them, and then they throw them in what you call the chain letter file and never even deal with them. But because I handle it through email, I went on their form, and then I also sent a certified letter just to back it up. I really didn't have to do the certified letter. I knew the email process would get me a response, but I just wanted to just do it, just out of habit. All right, somebody give me a question that I can actually answer. Give me some good questions, or I'm getting off. I just finished coming from the truck trying to install some E-Tracks, and that's why I did the show at 9 instead of 8. And I'm sorry I didn't do a show yesterday. What was going on? Oh, I did a webinar yesterday. I did the webinar on the IRS. If you have IRS and child support debt, how to get your passport. Even though you have those issues, the method on what to do with that. If you didn't get on, you missed it. So you can get the recording once the recording is available. And it's going to be $50 extra in the actual webinar. It was $144. So that means it's going to be $194 for the recording and the templates to go with that. So if you want that, go to akimel.com. Oh, another thing. Go to akimel.com and order that. Oh, let's see something. Just make sure. Now the recording probably is not up there. It's not up there just yet. I have to add it in there. But go to akimel.com. You will see it. After this show, I'll readjust everything and have it up there. All right. And if you did join the webinar and you did want the recording, it's $50 extra. There you go. All right. Let's go to the lines. Somebody has something to say here. It says, my wife got a car in 2016. She quit paying it, got repoed. Now the original credit is garnishing her check. Is there anything I can do, or should I contact you about this? Big man, Master Abel Noble. You can do something about a garnishment. What state are you in? I don't know what Ronnie Davis saying. No passport if you owe. I've gotten people owed over 600,000 and still got their passport. So I don't know what you're saying. Michigan. So Michigan is a garnishment state. So one of the things you can do, by the way, I'm not a lawyer. I am a preacher of the gospel, and my gospel is teaching all the rules of the game that's out there. That's my ministry. Now, one of the things you can do when you get a garnishment, that means they got a judgment. Did they take it to court and get a judgment by default? Meaning they sent something for you to come to court or for her to come to court. She ignored it, and they just went to court and got that win by default. Okay. I don't know why people telling me about Dr. Kelly show. Please do me a favor. Do not come on my platform mentioning anyone else's platform. I do not throw shade at other people's prop services. Whatever they do, when you come on, you said you did somebody's process. I don't know the details of that. I mean, I believe you bought something or you invested in something from over there. There's a number of reasons why you don't get it. It may not be his process. It could be something you did. I don't know. So what I do is I don't hate on other people's stuff or what they teach. What I do say is, if you want results, you go to the people that can show you they did it and got results. And they got people who did it with them, that got results. Here, I got so much results on that. I mean, like I said, $600,000 debt, all other debts, and they still got their passport. But there's things you got to do. And I can guarantee you, the way I told it yesterday, ain't nobody telling y'all to do what I told everybody to do yesterday. I know no one would tell you to do that. But anyway, Big Man Master said, yes, she didn't go. So actually, that's a good thing. Why? Because the judge gave a default judgment based off an attorney's testimony. 100%, I know that the other side was not in court with that lawyer and testified against your wife to say she owed it. And even if they did come in there to testify, I can guarantee you it wasn't a person with firsthand knowledge. It was just which they never do. It was some person who said they were familiar with their computer records and said this debt was owed by this name. So what you can do is a vacate void judgment motion on that and have that case reopened and have the judgment reversed. Yes. And guess, subject matter jurisdiction, there is no statute of limitations on that. There is no statute of limitations on that. So that can be brought up. See, let me help y'all understand something. Even though you don't show up to court, the lawyer still has to have someone there to testify for the judge to even give the judgment. To affirm that the facts are true and correct before he gives a judgment. He cannot use attorney's initial complaint or his words in court to say, I did this and this and they didn't. No. A lawyer's job is to present evidence and facts. That's it. He doesn't get to tell lies against you because he did not. When an attorney is telling you, say you did something without a competent fact witness, he is basically slandering you because he doesn't know. He wasn't there. And there's so many case law that supports that. So yes, you can do what you call a vacate void judgment. I have actually helped people who have had judgments against them turn those things around. Okay? So get a consultation. We could do a one-on-one and we could go further with that if you want. I appreciate that, Dr. Kelly. Your apologies. I accept your apologies. People, I just don't get into all of that going back and forth about people's stuff. I know how good my stuff is. I know my results. I will tell you hands down in this game, I'm the one who's pretty much getting the results. Most people are just talking and showing you stuff, and 99.9% they ain't even did it themselves. Okay, just keep that in mind. All right. Listen, when it comes to losing judgments by default, it's not over. Because you could point out the error. Who's the one who said I did this? Nah, baby. There's no subject matter jurisdiction. Subject matter jurisdiction is gained by someone coming in and confirming everything is true and correct. And it got to be someone with a firsthand knowledge. that you actually did the debt, you did this and did that. Someone who witnessed this. Okay. Ronnie just said, what about insurance bills not covering? Okay, you got to elaborate. So the insurance doesn't cover, it goes into default. Same thing. Hospitals don't collect their own debt. They always go to debt collectors to collect debt. I mean, I love hospital bills. Why? They never collect their own debt. They go to those get shut down like boom. and the debt collectors run from hospital bills once you challenge them. All you have to do, when I hear people say, "Oh, I got all these hospital bills, it's bankrupt me," I'll be like, "Are y'all crazy? Really?" When you understand how the hospitals call you a couple of times and they send that after 30 days, they send that over to a debt collector. And that's it. And then they turn around and write that debt off. Do y'all know hospitals got what you call charity uh provisions? Meaning they got so much money there that people donate to the hospitals to cover people who don't have can't afford the medical care. And all you gotta do is call them and say, "Hey, can we use that money to pay my bill or help me pay the bill?" Ask for it. Let me tell y'all a trick about hospital bills, about the hospital period. Say you go to an emergency room, right? They send somebody in there to get all your personal information. And they ask you for the social. You tell them, no, I'm not giving you that social. They're going to push you. No, you're not getting my social. Now, if they don't have the social, how's it going to go on your credit? Hmm? Now, what's going to happen in all likelihood once you get the bill, they print out the bill, they're going to send you a bill that says something like this. Oh, we see you don't have insurance, so we're going to give you a 50% discount off the bill. All of a sudden, that hospital bill becomes affordable. But if you give them insurance, they're going to jack that bill all the way up. See, that's the hack. That's the hospital hack right there. Don't give up. Stop giving these people your social. Nobody gets the social from me. If I was ever questioned and someone said, "Is this your social?" No, I don't. What? What social? I don't own any socials. That belongs to the Social Security Administration. They gave it. They put it. They put it in the name, the all cap name, Hakeem Barber. That's not me. That's an account, and it's not my account. It's their account. It's their property. They gave it to me. They gave it to me to run up a tab on it so that they can bill me for it. Okay, leave that social alone if you can. What I mean by leave the social alone, when it comes to like light bills, cell phone bills, things like that, you don't need your social for that. You don't need your social for when you go to the doctor. You don't need it for that. Okay. All right. Somebody else give me a question. I'm waiting or I'm getting off. Everybody got no problems. Hmm? Let's see. Let's see. Nope. Nobody's typing any questions. I have passed child support, and they wouldn't. Yeah, because you have to. There's certain things you got to do to get it. Remember, they're denying you due process without when they deny you for some child support. How you know that it's even correct? The amounts they're sending is correct. You get to dispute all of that. How do I get rid of a car loan that got repossessed off my credit? Uh, if it's a third party debt collector or the bank, you can put it in dispute for it, or you could challenge the credit bureaus to get it off. So that's a little bit of a process. Uh, my business partner Ahmed, he does the thing with the helping people with credit. Ahmed. Oh, if I had his website, I put it in the link here. I wish I had it. I don't know it off the top of my head. Next show, I'll have it for you. Go check him out. He can help you get that stuff off. He can help you get bankruptcies off, all that stuff. It ain't free. I'm letting you know, it's not free. But you got it with those type of repossessions, especially if the bank that you got the car for it from is reporting, it can be difficult to get them to take it off. Almost impossible, but you can get the credit bureaus to remove it. Uh well, you can get that webinar that shows you how to do it with the debt if you have those debts. But if you want personalized service, go to akeeml.com, get a consultation. We'll talk about it. All right. All right, who else? Mm, I'm waiting for a question.
Peace to the gods. You're listening to Hindsight Radio.
How much to set up a church? I'm walking and listening. I need the show to last longer. Ah, I don't know about lasting longer, brother. I've been running all day. Set up a church. It's in the membership. The standard fee for me to set up a church with bylaws and all of that, church alone is like 14.99, something like that. 1,499. Bro. Show you how to get your bank account, all that, get your certification. And if you want to become a minister, I'll direct you in the right path to be ordained. Um, I think it's 14.99. I better check that price. I don't know. Hold on. Let me get my website. Oh, that's what I wanted to tell y'all. If you went to my site and it looked a little strange, that's because I got some people in the Philippines be doing some things, and because I talk about the Bible, they just assume some content without vetting it with me first. So like there's some things I need to change like now, just wording, but that's fine. We can leave it like that. I'm teaching y'all how to have the Christ mindset. All right, let's see. I might have said the wrong price. Oh no, it's actually 29.97. It's 29.97. It's on the website. I call it the unincorporated association package. That is actually the church I'm setting up. Maybe I just need to rename it so everybody know. And in there it says everything that comes with it. How much? Okay. Who else is next? Anybody else? Should we start a court case to settle debt discharge through the original credit if its letters are not being answered? Okay, you assume that I teach people how to discharge. I don't teach discharge because guess what? Never works. Never works. I teach people how to do recoupment. Like you pay the bills, and when the tax year comes up, you recoup those payments that you made. You know, I teach people how to get their mortgage paid off through recoupment, and we have had plenty of success with that. People got mortgage. In the last year, 3 people got their mortgages paid off. Literally paid off. No more mortgage. So yeah, I don't teach discharge, brother. I don't teach that because it's trash. It's one for the trash, but it gets people who are new to the information caught up. It sounds great, and they get win it. They send these letters, and these people never answer it. It's the same story over and over. Let me tell you something. What's it, Lamont Akpan? I was in your shoes one time, and I believed in. I did this. I did everything I could to discharge, and I was working right next to a person who claimed they did it. And then one day, just one day, I had an epiphany. I had this epiphany. The person who said they claimed they did it, did they ever show me proof? And guess what? Nope. 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 And nope. So brother, yeah. And I teach that recruitment process in my premium membership, which is currently $19.99 to join. It's 1 year of membership, and it teaches you from A to Z how to do everything properly. And that leads me into big man, Master Able. No, but yes, you do have to do a UCC to do it. Yes, here's a UCC done. But the one we do is filed in Maryland, not in anywhere else. It goes to Maryland. You can actually go to Maryland Secretary of State and look mine up. You'll see how it's filed. Now you'll see like the basic surface of it, but there's a lot more to it. And good luck if you try to do it yourself getting it filed, because everybody that try to skip out of, because I have one guy that does it. I don't take his process and try to, push it. Whenever people need to do their UCCs, I send them to him because he's got connections there and he gets it filed. Okay? But you have to have that filed. Yes, sir. Okay, I'm in class. I just wanted to know if it had to be done first. Oh, yeah. It has to be done before you do your 1041 and file it, because you're going to be sending proof of that with your return. So, yeah, you need to do it before you do a filing. So you have time to do it. You don't do filing. Your deadline to file is April 15th. So you got that next year. And if you do an extension, it'll be October. So you have time to do it. But it needs to be done prior to actually submitting the return. But you could do all the other stuff that you need to do in the meantime. So if you're in a membership, this is the time to get all your ducks in a row. Get your bank accounts open. Do your medallion stamps. Your all of those things. Your power of attorneys. Get what else? Your trust, number one. That's another thing that got to be. You need to have a trust. set up properly. Okay. A lot of stuff. That's why I give it a year, because there's so much stuff that got to be done that leads up to it. And it's tedious. I don't do people's paperwork for them. Only thing I'll do is if you need your trust, I'll do is help you set that up. I'll do that. And that's pretty much it. Set up a church, that's pretty much it. But everything's in the membership, like how to get your EINs correctly without providing socials. All of that stuff. I know they say no, they're not letting you do it without it. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Yes, they do. All right, who else? So I'm getting off. Questions. Questions. Let's see. Go to Telegram. Ain't nobody on Telegram? Y'all can actually talk to me. Get on Telegram. You actually talk verbally. I put the link. Let's see. Where's the link? Here's the link right there. I'll put it in the. I'll copy and paste into the chat. Here's the link. Telegram right there. All right. All right, let's see. Mr. Hooper is listening on Telegram. So if you get into Telegram, and I think it's something you raise your hand, I get to see you, then you can open up your mic. So that's how that works. All right, I'm waiting for some questions, Q&A. Somebody said like to help in paying the passport. Yeah, go to akemail.com for that. So there you have it. But what I was saying, hospital bills, very easy to shut down. There's no reason why a hospital bill should be on your credit card if you have the knowledge that I just showed you about challenging them. And that's another thing. We let 30 days go by and it hits our credit. No, you got to, as soon as you get the letters, you need to address it right away. No waiting. That's right. C. King said a lot of people get them letters and ignore them. Absolutely. Why do they ignore them? Because they're lazy. Don't feel like putting in the work. Don't want to deal with it. That's what it is. That's most of the time. That's what it is. No, because I know I do it. I'll put it off. I'll do it tomorrow. No, it's laziness. And then when it hits your credit, you're panicking. Oh, my credit. No, you had every opportunity to challenge that debt. If you're listening to my channel, if you watch my videos, I've showed y'all upside and outside how to get rid of stuff. I just actually read you an email I got in response. It wasn't a letter in the mail. They emailed me and said, we ain't messing with you, Mr. Barber. Okay? You got to respond immediately. As soon as you get it, boom. It don't take but one letter, print that sucker out. If you already have the letter already printed out, ready to go, just fill in that information a few minutes. I know people that I work with, and they just let their credit go to hell, and they got all the information at their disposal. Why? Lack of enthusiasm to take care of themselves financially. We have that's crazy. We have more enthusiasm to give our money away to businesses through entertainment and all this other stuff than we have the enthusiasm to keep our finances in shape. And I just showed y'all, if you don't want to send a letter, send an email. It will get you a response. I've been doing emails probably since 2017. That's when I got the idea, but I never taught people that's what I was doing. I just taught sending certified mail. I taught the regular way. But I'm telling y'all the shortcut. I just gave y'all the hack. Get in their email, their dispute email. Now these places have a dispute platform where you can go in and type all information, how you dispute it, take your letter, copy and paste that letter straight into that, to their post when they ask you to enter your comments on that. Bam, it's done. Told you this was last week I sent it and I got that letter. We ain't messing with you. We're going to send it back to them and tell them we not messing with it. Done deal. You're not about to charge me a whole month for 3 days worth of service. Are you crazy? Talking about that's how we bill. We bill 1 month and that's it. I said, really? Okay, y'all bill 1 month, but I don't pay 1 month if I didn't use 1 month of service. So good luck getting your money. Okay? You can send me a bill for 3 days and I'll pay that. See, some people, well, why don't you just pay what you the 3 days? Calculate that. No, because then they're going to think that's a contract for me to pay the whole thing. No, till they send me something, hey, these are the 3 days you were billed for, you turn in equipment. How are you going to charge me for a whole month of service? Don't even tell me you're going to charge me for a whole month, even if I don't keep it a whole month. What kind of desperate nonsense they pulling now? They must be doing bad in business. No. I let them work. They not going to get an easy one. I know it's not much, but not going to get an easy one on me. Okay? It works. Remember, sending an email is just like sending a certified mail because you got a timestamp and you can show that. And now in court of law, those things are acceptable. Emails are just like sending something certified mail. Because you got a timestamp on it. And if that's that person's email is written correctly, then it's showing when they got it. So do you really need to do that old-fashioned certified mail? No, not really, no. If you want to do it, I like the easy way. I still did my certified mail just to do it because it was just a letter. I already had it printed up. I had to just fill in some information, sign it off. I ain't even get it notarized before because I sent it. I have a third-party verifier, that email server. And then I went on their platform and did the dispute form and sent it that way. The same letter. So 3 times I sent the letter the same way. Written, typed out. I didn't write it. Mail. Well, written by mail. Written by email. And written by their dispute platform. So they got 3s. Kill them debt collectors. Get on it fast. So if you too lazy to mail a letter, you could just send it in an email to their dispute platform. And when you send it in the email, send it 3 times to seal the deal. Okay? Send it 3 times. When I mean by 3 times in succession, meaning right after each other. Make sure they got it. All right. Man, I'm giving y'all some nuggets. Y'all shouldn't have no problems with debt collectors now. y'all should Yeah, I should have. And then I read the letter. I read half the letter on the year, and I'm telling you, that just what I read, just that part that I read, will get it done. Even though they didn't put on my credit, I put all of that in there. So those of you who have it on your credit already, you need that credit challenge. Like, hey, you got this fraudulently on my credit. Listen, let me tell you something. When a third party debt collector is contacting me, anything they say is fraudulent because everything they got was from somebody else. I don't have a contract with them. So how are you coming to have the audacity to ask me to pay you something? I ain't never agreed to pay you nothing. Do you put second notice, third? Nah, I didn't have to. For what? Nope. I just put first notice and just sent it there. I know that's the old way. First notice, second notice, opportunity to cure. Most court cases will accept one correspondence and that's it. Don't they do that with you? Or we sent them an email. They don't even show that they sent you anything in the mail when they come to sue you in court. They just say it and show the debt. So yeah, you can do the second notice, third notice. You can do all of that still if you want. But if you send it by email, there's your notice. I just put notice and call it a day. Let's see. When did I send this thing? Let's see. What's today's date? It was sent on May 25th. Yep. And I said, cease and desist. Cease and desist. We're not getting no option to approve, validate. I don't even do that validate the debt stuff. Validate the debt and do all that, blah, 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 blah. No. You're a debt collector. I owe you not a dime. I don't know you. You're a stranger, and you're coming at me asking me for something I don't owe, so bye-bye. When you do the validate the debt, you just give them an opportunity to keep coming after you. Just letting you know. Because basically you're saying, prove that you owe me the money. I don't owe you nothing. So it ain't nothing to validate. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. We ain't validating something that I don't owe you. See, even though I used letters like that in the past and did get success, I never really liked that wording. You're telling me on one hand, leave you alone, but then on the other hand, you're asking them validate the debt, and you have 30 days to validate the debt. So basically, if you validate, then what next? I'm going to pay you? I ain't planning on paying you in the first place. So why should I ask you to validate something I'm not going to pay you? There's nothing to discuss other than stop bothering me. I don't owe you. Go away. That's it. That's like you arguing with somebody. They say you owe $100. You ain't never borrowed nothing from this person. They just coming out of the blue asking for saying you owe them $100. You gonna say prove it? Oh hell no! I don't owe you nothing. There's nothing to discuss here. We never had a deal for $100. So whatever proof you trying to come up with, I ain't even trying to entertain it. That's what he asked. No, I don't do all that. I just send that one letter. There was no first notice attached to it. When I mailed the letter in, I put first notice, but in the emails, no. I said they fraudulently access your credit report without your consent because they're allegedly collecting debt not on account. So you can sue for the violation. Yeah, you can sue for that initial contact because you never gave them express consent. Remember what I said in my own email. In my email, I specifically addressed that. Let's see. I specifically said, pursuant to 15 U.S. 1692 C, Section 85, specifically relates to communication in connection with the debt collection, I am within my rights to request that you cease all communication concerning the debt. But there's one thing says you have to give them express permission to contact you. So you never gave them permission to contact you. That's why you can shut them down immediately and they have to stop once you say stop, because you never gave them permission. All right. All right. It's 10 o'clock. And I'm tired. I got to get up early tomorrow. Got another full day to go deal with tomorrow. So, with that being said, thanks for your questions. And until next time, peace, prosperity, and extreme wealth. So, all of you, have a good night. And cut them debt collectors off.